Look, I think, when a lot of people are looking at 2023, there are some concerns. Obviously, interest rates have moved up faster than any pace in U.S. history. You've got economists polled by Bloomberg, pointing towards the likelihood of a recession. What do you look at for 2023 as some of the silver linings or bright spots as you look at, and maybe it's specific to the Boston area for 2023?
I think a couple different things. Number one is when looking at our customers, certainly interest rates have gone up, and that kind of slowed our growth here in the Boston market a little bit in the second half. But our pipeline with our customers has picked back up
Has
as
it?
they adjust and factor in the higher interest rates.
So when you speak about the higher interest rates in your customers, where are you seeing that uptick? Is it in retail customers looking at buying their homes? Obviously, the housing market slowed down a fair bit this winter, but we'll be heading into the spring housing market pretty soon. Is it your commercial customers that are looking at expansion of office buildings or other type of real estate? Where are you seeing that pickup? And it sounds to me like you're hearing from folks that they're getting used to the new interest rate regime.
So the short answer is yes to the last
Okay.
part. They're getting used to the new interest rates, but it's in two specific areas: real estate investors, and it's in apartment, multifamily, it's in industrial. Those are the spots that are the hottest right now. And then as far as our commercial business customers are concerned, they've rebounded nicely after the pandemic with good traffic and good business. So they're looking at CapEx investment in 2023 to support that business.
What are your thoughts on just the commercial office space in 2023 and beyond? I have to be honest that I have some. It's not a concern that I think is going to sink the overall economy or stock market, but for those who are owners of big commercial office buildings in, say, Boston's financial district, it seems to me anecdotally that those are just not filled back up. I speak with my wife who works for a major financial institution in the Boston area. She's back 1 week per month, and I think that's largely the case with a lot of her company. But what are you hearing from tenants out there when it comes to their downtown office space? Is it still going to be used for that same purpose, or is there going to be a big push to convert office space to, say, apartment buildings in 2023?
Well, as far as converting office to apartments, there's a lot of infrastructure cost and planning that needs to go into that.
Right.
So while it seems like a great solution, it's not as easy as one might think. Out of the real estate asset classes, we are most cautious with office. I think we're seeing is a migration from C to B spaces, B to A. So we are very cautious with office, and we're all curious to see what the return to office looks like and what's the new normal. I mean, you guys were talking about tech advances over the last half hour or so and offshoring. I would suggest that the technology advances have allowed companies to have either full-time or part-time remote work and stay productive.
Taking a bit of a broader reach and look around, the entire country here. Like I mentioned before, we're going to cover later. Bloomberg poll showing that their polled economists found that 70% likelihood of recession in 2023. Let's take a step back from the greater Boston area, which can sometimes be insulated from this type of thing due to our, the sector of our economy, the universities here. A lot of different things insulate us a little bit differently than other parts of the country. But do you buy it? Is recession on your bingo card for 2023?
It's certainly in our view, I'll say that, Mike. What we really look at, and it's Main Street versus Wall Street, and whether it's OceanFirst or other banks, employment is our biggest factor in how banks perform through a recessionary time, and employment stays strong. Our business customers are telling us the labor market's still tight. So employment staying strong, and so we think the economy based on that and banks in general will be okay.
Yeah, that's one difference that I've been pointing out to folks, and I've seen a key difference. When I say the word recession, I think a lot of people's minds go to 2008. But can you speak to just the stability of the banking and the financial institution sector as a whole going into 2023?
I think it's stronger than ever. Just the changes in capital requirements that the banks have had to do over the last 10, 12 years have been a good thing. And it's good for for us as a community and an economy. And I think the banks are stronger than ever and will do nicely through a recession if it occurs, Mike.
Daniel Griggs is the president of OceanFirst Bank's Boston region and joined us today to talk about his outlook for 2023 and beyond. Daniel, appreciate it. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for the time.